My name is Bricklet, and I talk about anything LEGO. I spent $500 on a 10-year-old LEGO set, and in this video, we will be reviewing the LEGO Ninjago Temple of Air Jitsu. This set has over 2,000 pieces, as well as 12 minifigures, which includes all 6 ninja, as well as some exclusive minifigs. The set is based off the Temple of Air Jitsu from the Possession season, which is some people's favorite Ninjago season of all time, and definitely one of my favorite seasons. I bought this set for $480, but it originally retailed for only $200. My bank account is currently in shambles. But because my bank account is suffering, I wanted to let you know that this is my first ever video. So if you like the rest of it, then leave a like and subscribe or something, so I can continue to afford videos like these. Thanks. Okay, starting with the minifigures in this set, you get all 6 ninjas, like Lloyd, Kai, Jay, Cole, Zane, and Nia, as well as Dareth, or the Brown Ninja, which is one of my favorite characters in the show. You also get Sensei Wu, Masako, the Postman, and 2 made-up characters for this set, Claire and Jesper. Not Jasper, but Jesper. I didn't know Jesper was a name, but okay. The exclusive minifigures for this set are the Postman, Dareth in a new uniform, Masako, and Wu in a new outfit. You also get 2 little side builds, like this glider, which seems to be a reference from the pilot episodes to when Sensei Wu found Jay. The other side build is just a basic firework cannon that lets you shoot studs from it. I will not do that, because I don't want to have to look for studs around my room. They do in fact have an extra set of studs if you do happen to lose them though. Now there are 3 main builds in this set. Starting with the green building, I don't actually know what it's called, but I think it might be a market of some kind, which wouldn't make any sense due to the fact that in the show, the temple's on a floating island away from any of the public, so I can't imagine they get many customers. Aside from that detail, the build is really cool. The bottom part has assorted types of food as well as Ninjago trading cards, which is a reference to the cards you would get in the OG spinner sets. You can lift the roof up to reveal a chest of weapons, as well as a chest on the other side containing more weapons. You also have 2 fishing rods in the front with a little crab hanging onto one. On the side of the build, you get 2 chickens that are just there, as well as 2 Technic pieces that connect to the main building. On the other side of the build is a blue blacksmith building. This build is a lot less interesting, only including some tools, a furnace, and an anvil. The second story is detachable from the rest of the build. The only special thing about the second story is that there's a little rat that's hiding below the roof. Now the main attraction is the temple itself. This build is massive. It has 4 stories, each completely unique. The front has some signs that I can't read, but still look cool. Very front and center is the Sensei Yang statue, which is a really cool detail that they added. The basement floor has a play feature that does not work for me because it uses a light brick, and mine doesn't really work very well, since you know the set is like 10 years old. But I'll put a clip of it on screen right now so you know what it looks like. The first main floor has a little table to sit at. The second floor looks to be a little training room for the ninja, with katanas on the side, a bow, as well as a dummy. The final floor seems to be some sort of art room, probably for Sensei Wu. It also has some books, one of them containing the letter he wrote to Masako. There is also an attic with a box that just says Cole's stuff. The box contains a camera and a brush, which doesn't make a lot of sense because we don't ever see Cole use either a brush or camera in the show. All 3 main builds lock together using the Technic pieces I mentioned earlier. The final touch is a bridge that fits perfectly in between the 2 side builds. Now that I've shown you the build and what it offers, I want to give my opinions on the good, the bad, and how I would have made this set way better. There are so many things I love about this set, but what I love the most is the building techniques used for the market build. It uses garage door pieces to represent the roof, which I just find to be so cool. The way this build uses a miner's helmet as a sink was an incredible idea. I also love the way they use these gold robotic arms to hold up the roof. This is a technique I've never seen before. There are only a couple things I like about the blue house. Firstly, the roof is also really good, and they use flower pieces on the side of the roof to represent falling leaves from the tree, which is just amazing. The only thing I like about the interior is the anvil. Now moving on to the main build, the Sensei Yang statue, like I said, looks great. I'm so glad they used a minifig to make it. I think it's just really cool. I think I also just really like the roofs because, again, the roof is incredible. It's just great. The way it bends like a Chinese temple normally does is super cool. I really like the training room and Sensei Wu's room, but other than that, the rest is lacking. Which brings me to my next topic, the bad. I don't have too many issues with this build other than a couple things that don't make sense to me. In the blacksmith building, there is no interior on the upper level, which makes it look very bland and boring. The first floor of the main temple has the same issue. The only thing there is a single table. I felt like they could have added more detail to these rooms to make it more lively. The last thing I don't like is how with the roof of the temple, the first floor has these smooth bricks to cover up the studs, but none of the other floors have that. It makes it look like an unfinished build, and it just doesn't look that good. I know I could have probably just put brown tiles there, but I don't really want to do that. That's it for the bad, and now I'm going to tell you how I could have made this the best set that LEGO had ever made. When you think of Ninjago, it's usually a battle of good and evil. Most sets have a main protagonist as well as an antagonist. The show is driven by its villains, and this set simply just doesn't have any. This set is very good, but I know how to make it way better. First off, who is Jesper and Claire? You don't know? Good, because we're getting rid of them. We're also getting rid of the two mini side builds, like the firework cannon and the glider. The reason we get rid of these is so we can replace them with Moro and his ghost friends. The temple design would partially change. The left half of the set would be just as it is. The right side would be the ghost side. One side of the temple would resemble the new version and the other side would be what it looked like before the remodel. You could argue that there was never a part in the show in which this happened, but Claire and Jesper aren't in the show, so yeah. Alright, well, those are just my opinions, and I would recommend this set to any collector as long as you're willing to pay the heavy price tag on this set. If you like this video, then please consider subscribing as it helps me afford to make more videos like these. Also, if you have any video ideas or sets you want me to review, leave those ideas in the comments because I would love to hear y'all's feedback. Anyways, have a good rest of your day, and bye-bye.